What do you think? Good.
Keeps on coming out of waste. I always push it longer so it doesn't come out. It's harder.
Keep going.
Dad? Dad? I'm king of the mountain.
It's so tall up there. I finished time. Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 28th, 2017. I made it into work for the day. Last night was just, I don't know why or what, but just really frustrating. So, Grant supposedly didn't have any accidents last night. Or, I'm sorry, during school yesterday. But as he, you know, since being home, he peed his pants twice. And I was just overwhelmed. Like, everything I was trying to do last night just, like, wasn't really working out. So, you know, we go to video chat, Grandma and Grandpa, and it's, like, not working. And then we finally get it working, and Grant comes running up, and his pants are completely wet. Then, like, later on, I go to put him to bed, and his sheets are all piss-soaked from the night before, so they smelled. And I had to wash those and all that. I forgot to wash them, like, when I got home, so they would be done. So we basically just slept with a top sheet and a blanket. Comforter and everything needed to be washed. Then I started working on the computer, and I was just having, on the milk crate computer, I was just having all kinds of problems with the damn thing. Like, I couldn't add the third card. It kept, like, it wouldn't boot up or something. And I still don't exactly know why that was happening. But, what I did was I ended up swapping power supplies. So I put the 1000 watt, because I'm going to be using 3 CPUs. I put the 1000 watt on the milk crate, and the, whatever the new one is, the 750 on my home computer. My home computer only has 2 cards. The milk crate's going to have 3. So I did that. And then I got the home computer back up and running and mining, so I got 2 cards on that. And then so I, like I said, I moved the 1,000 watt power supply over to the milk crate. Well, it's a completely different brand power supply, and the power supply cable that powers the hard drive, I don't have that for that power supply. It's at work or something. So I tried to use the one from the 750 watt power supply, and it was fucking everything. It was like the power supply wasn't even turning on, or the computer wasn't even booting or something. So so all night the milk crate computer was not mining. And even now, all day today, it's not even mining. So that sucks. I'm gonna have to I don't know, I guess track down that cable that goes with the power supply and pray to God that it works. I ended up zip tying the radiators for the hybrid cards to the side of the milk crate on the inside. That worked out really well, except that the hard drive was under them. So, I had to disconnect the old cable, power cable, from the hard drive. Let me see, what else? I think I came up with a clever way to get the third card up and running. I just need to I just need to pretty much figure out a way to hang it or hold it or whatever off the side of the milk crate, but I think it'll work. It should give enough separation to be able to get some airflow to it. Trying to think. I'm probably gonna have to come across some sort of brackets or something like that I can bolt to the side of the milk crate that I can then hang it. Otherwise, I don't think I want to zip tie the graphics card to the side of the crate, because then it would potentially start melting the crate or something like that if it's touching. So, I mentioned that Grant peed the bed, not last night, but the night before. Peed his pants twice last night, and all weekend he was having poop accidents and stuff like that, and I just don't know what's going on. So not only was he having the poop accidents, he had a bad diaper rash or butt rash. It wasn't even really a rash at that point. It was full on just butt sores, and so last night I asked him, I'm like, dude, what is going on here? What's with all these accidents? What are you doing? And I asked him, I said, is your mom still putting you in pull-ups or what? Because I don't know why we're dealing with these accidents all the time. It's getting to the point now where it seems like when I don't give Grant attention, that's when he's having these accidents. And it shouldn't be that way. He should be able to self-play and solo play or whatever and regulate himself. Oh, I'm by myself. That doesn't mean I can get away with peeing my pants. It means I need to go by myself, remind myself to go potty. Someone should be sitting there constantly reminding me. I was up late last night. I was so upset and just not happy with yesterday. So I was up late. Like I said, I put away a bunch of laundry. I rewired the entire milk crate. And then I ran into the hard drive problem, and I was just like, what the fuck, man? So that sucks. Ether's coming back. Ether is almost at 300, and and that's awesome. So we're at, last I checked, we're at 291. Now it's 293, so yeah, hopefully we'll break 300. My ether's worth almost about 4,700 bucks. Waiting for Swarm to take off, man. I'm just gonna cash it out and use that towards my credit cards. So I don't want to have to cash out ether, but I'll do what I have to do to survive here. I'm really thinking, just so I don't spend it, setting up 12 individual wallets, and I don't know what the heck that truck was, but it was on fire and smoking, and he's still driving. It's like some sort of road repair. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to finish something there. So 12 wallets for BitConnect, and stick to my regimen of $200 loans or whatever every month. So what I can do is create those wallets now, number them, label them, whatever, and then start putting in $200 in Bitcoin into each wallet. So that would be 2,400 bucks worth of Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be right away. Just get some Bitcoin in the wallets ahead of time or before I need it, you know. And then, you know, when that month is due, take that 200 bucks out of the wallet, deposit it, and make loans make a loan in BitConnect. But then use all of those 12 wallets to store my interest per loan. And then after the course of 1 month or 1 year, then I'll allow myself to do withdrawals or whatever from those wallets. It's a lot of work. With one loan, it's not so bad. I'm just keeping track of, you know, the one loan, the one interest, the one payment, interest payment. Once I start getting multiple ones, I'm gonna be getting multiple interest payments all at this, you know, in the same day. So I'm gonna have to, you know, calculate out each loan's daily rate or whatever, keep track of all of that, and then like when I convert it over to Bitcoin or whatever, then ultimately to move into these wallets, I'll know like how much goes to each bucket or each wallet. So it's a lot of work. But at the same time, it's important to me. Like, if I can keep to this regimen and BitConnect works and like is legit and stays around for a year or more, we're talking about life-changing monthly payments of money. You know, it's going to be phenomenal. Imagine making like $1,000 a month in crypto mining, and then making $500 to $1,000 a month in interest payments. That sounds amazing to me. So based off of my calculations, I should, after a period of 1 year, as long as I don't spend it or reallocate anything, I should be making a minimum of $500 a month from BitConnect. That's by saving all of that interest every single day, every single month. After a year, I should have accrued almost $500. Now, that's per loan. And then after the course of a year, or 299 days, we'll say, I will be getting back my initial investment of the $200. So then I can kick that up again, re-add it, dig let's say 200 bucks of the previous investment's earnings, and then start doing it every 2 weeks, and just basically start a mechanism where I can basically have a rolling interest payment money system, or I guess, or crypto system. And yeah, I think I can do 200 bucks a month. That's gonna be what kind of keeps me going once I'm basically forced to cash out most of my crypto to pay off my credit cards. Because I'm not happy about having to do that, especially because now my portfolio is worth like $7,000, and it was worth $13,000. I'm just kind of like, wow. So my credit cards are somewhere around $6,000 now. So I might wait another month before I start, cashing out or something, because I know my portfolio can get a lot higher than it is, and let's say it just gets up to like 10 or 11 or something, like that's huge difference. That means I don't have to cash out practically the entire damn portfolio. So it would be nice if Ether gets back up to, let's say, 400 bucks or something, or high 300s. Maybe cash out a few of those. That'd be $1,000, and then start cashing out some of my other stuff. Because once Ether goes up, my ICOs are gonna go up. Get this, I've been talking about Humanic for a week now. Going yesterday to check to see if the damn transaction finally went through, to log into their portal system. I think I mentioned it in a small clip yesterday. I don't know if I did or not. Their portal, you can't even log in and do anything. It just says, stay tuned, get ready for blast off. Big things are about to come. And there's a smiley face. So, fuck them. I'm pretty sure either they're bamboozling everyone. They stole my shit. Humanic, thank God. It was only 28 bucks worth of Bitcoin at the time. It was when Bitcoin was at 1,200 bucks. That was a lot of money back then. Now that Bitcoin's worth like 2,400. It's a double. So what are we saying? Like 60 bucks worth of Bitcoin. So I more than doubled my money. If you go from my original buy-in, that's what is it? 8x, 7x, 8x. So as soon as I can, I'm cashing that shit out. I just hope my shit's not lost. We're gonna find out soon here. So I just made a couple posts on a couple different Ether websites about talking about it, and just said like, hey guys, I've been dealing with nothing but issues with these guys. Watch out. So I posted on the Ethereum investor page and the main big Ethereum group page. Yeah. So a lot going on, a lot to think about. So the goal originally was to get everything done last night. So build the computer, get it all up and running perfectly, pick up the entire house, pack bags for me and Sophie and all that stuff, and basically be heading to Vicky's right now with all my stuff. That there was no way that was going to get all done in one night. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get it all done tonight. But I should be able to, with all the stuff that I kind of prepped and did last night and stuff. What I'm going to do is probably take all my crypto boxes, so all my graphics card boxes and all that type of stuff, throw it into my storage locker. And then storage locker fee went up to $200 now. And then let me think about that. And then bring the computer and Sophie over to Vicky's. Computer, Sophie, and my monitor. So ultimately I want this computer to be headless. You know what? I probably could connect it to her TV. Yeah, maybe that's an option too. Then I won't have to bring my monitor. But yeah, it freaking kills me to have graphics cards, especially new graphics cards that I spent big money on, not mining. I'm freaking out right now. Alright, I'll stop jabbering, but stay tuned for more, guys. Alright, guys, I am headed out for lunch. Didn't have any time to pack a lunch this morning, and here's what's going on. I started my initiative to do these BitConnect loans, so I am really focusing on setting up this entire process. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I mentioned in this morning's clip, but I'm going to set up 12 wallets and manage 12 different loans. So why am I doing that versus just having like one big loan go out or whatever? There's a few reasons. One is, you know, like let's say I wanted to invest all that money right off the bat. I would have to come up with like $2,000 right now. I don't quite have that available right now. Maybe soon. We'll see if my portfolio does better. Instead, what I'm going to do is basically have like a crypto savings plan. So I'm going to take this money and start slowly filling up each wallet into the future and number them or whatever. And then for each month, I'll grab that wallet and say, okay, now it's time for wallet number 2, and this will be next month. And keep track of all my crypto that way. So it sounds crazy, it sounds weird, it sounds like a lot of work, but as long as Bitcoin is doing well, all of these loans, all of this stuff is more weighed towards or based off of Bitcoin rather than Ether. So this is kind of me kind of sliding some crypto from Ether world over into Bitcoin, in, you know, to also diversify. But I'm setting it up because like once you make a loan, your crypto is locked. And right now, just because I'm a small fish, I'm not a whale, I'm going to, you know, only basically lock up like $200 at a time, or per month, let's say. Because with like that quantity or size of loan, the money gets locked up for 299 days. So let's say something happens or whatever, I don't have $2,000 in crypto locked up for, you know, a long period of time. It'll be releasing my funds on a consistent basis a year from now. So like I said, I'm gonna set up all these wallets probably now, and then I'll just, like, as I like kind of siphon off like profits and stuff off of different various investments, I'll start dropping $200 worth of Bitcoin into each wallet. And then once I fill up all the wallets, who knows, maybe I'll start making another set of 12, and then I can do the twice a month, or I'll just fill each wallet up with $400 and then take out 200 at a time or something. So the whole premise behind this is those wallets are going to start initially with $200. When it's time to make my loan, I'm going to transfer that $200 into BitConnect. Then I will convert it over and make the $200 loan. So that wallet will be empty for that month. And then from there on out, every single day, I will start to track how much the interest payments are and all that type of stuff. And I'll take all that interest and then convert it over ultimately to Bitcoin, and then for that one loan I'll transfer back into that wallet. So within, like, let's say 3 or 4 months, those wallets will have their $200 worth of Bitcoin back, and then at the end of the loan they'll have the full value. So very convoluted way of doing it. It's, like I said, it's a lot of work, but it's going to be a pretty damn advanced crypto savings plan or system that is going to be needed and useful in the future. So this isn't like for right now or whatever. Like, if I have all that money or crypto or whatever now, it's going towards something else, let's be honest. So this is a way to guarantee that I have residual income going forward. Like, let's say mining and everything crashes and I lose like literally all of my wallet's worth, I get hacked, whatever. Everything that's locked into BitConnect will still be earning or making me money. So that's where I'm going with it. And I can just take it from there. I can always scale it up, scale it down, whatever, but I'm not going to be scaling it down. Let me just say that. So it'll be a scale up as long as BitConnect proves their worth and shows me that it's legit and cool and all as well. So that's my plan. I'll probably draw or make some sort of a visual or something like that, and then to kind of, you know, I'm gonna most likely start explaining this to other people, and once like after a year, this system is gonna be just nuts. I mean, imagine let's say your mortgage is $1,500 and you make almost like 3x your original investment. Okay, so stay with me here. So let's just say your mortgage is $1,500. So let's say you're spending $500 a month on loans, right? And you're basically, you know, after a year, you're able to pay for your house or your mortgage by only spending $500 in loans, and you're making like $1,500 back. And it could potentially be more than that because Bitcoin, you know, is basically going up or whatever. So very interesting premise or way that this works. Now this could be extrapolated. So I could say, you know, like, let's say I kicked off a loan. Okay, let's say I kicked off a loan, and I don't want to be holding on to all that Bitcoin for a year. Like, let's say, you know, I don't know. So I could go and literally cash out my Bitcoin, and then like just have 12 different envelopes in my safe, and take that cash and drop it into each envelope, and to basically literally cash out rather than leaving it all in Bitcoin or whatever. So a lot of different ways I could go with this, but we're gonna test this out and see kind of what it is. And the main thing is I'm doing it just for fun. So this is gonna give me some busy work to do, something fun to do daily. I'm already doing my daily vlogs and all that, so I think this will be a good time. And maybe I'll come up with some sort of video or visual representation that I can show like what each loan is earning and stuff like that. And I don't know, we'll come up with something, right? So it'll be fun. So that's it. I'm gonna go grab some food, so stay tuned for more. All right, that is three empty laundry baskets. Just washing, drying actually Sophie's beds right now, and I think I'm completely finally now caught up with laundry for once. There's a couple little things to take care of, and I'm gonna start packing for tomorrow. And yeah, okay, so I'm pretty excited here. So I got the third card up and running today. I'm getting a total of 89.299 mega hash for Ether and 892 mega hash for Siacoin. And here's what I came up with. So here are the two hybrid cards mounted on board. and these are their radiators for the water cooling aspect of them. These are the lines that come right from the cards, and I used, if you can see down there, there's a black thing plugged in. It's a ribbon cable, extension cable, and here's what I did with the third card. So it is literally zip tied to the side of the crate on the outside of the crate. If I put it on the inside, it wouldn't fit. And this is what the ribbon cable looks like. It's just a 16x flexible ribbon cable. It's probably about 10 inches long or so, and seems to be working well. This is my really expensive eBay power button. I'm sorry, Amazon power button, and this should do it. So last night I had swapped over to the, wow, this rig is running a lot of heat here, the 1000-watt power supply. And my issue was I didn't have the correct cable to plug in my hard drive on this machine. So what I did was I basically had to get that cable from work, and once I got back home tonight I was able to mess with it and it works. So I did have to use one extra power cable. Like I said, I mentioned it before, but I burned up a couple of my other ones using extensions and stuff. But I think this will work. I was worried about this card touching the crate. Right now it's not touching it at all, mainly because the ribbon is kind of more or less holding it up just a tickle bit. I'm excited. I think this will work. You can see the radiators here sticking through the peeking through over here. Just for information, the hold on one sec. Okay, so for point of reference, there's Sophie. This thing is under my desk, not really quite open air. And here's the temperatures that we're running. The two hybrids are running 46 degrees C and 45 degrees Celsius, and the non-hybrid 1070 FTW is running at 57 degrees Celsius. So almost 10 degrees warmer. I do have a thermal shutdown at like 70 degrees or something like that. These are overclocked. So the memory clock is set to 634, and the fan speed is static. I set it to 73%. Now, what I wanted to do on camera, I did not even check this out myself yet, is check out the power usage. There it is. 3 cards, motherboard, as well as the hard drive. We're pulling a total of 627 watts. So that is, I want to say 5 or 6 amps, I'm guessing. But not bad. I think this will work well. We're going to park this bad baby in Vicky's apartment, and basically from there we're going to pay her power bill with it. So, and then anything extra will go back towards paying off the cards. You're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of, oh, let me think about that really quick. Probably $1,500 worth of graphics cards. I did buy the extended like 3-year warranties for these things, so when anything happens to them, I can get them replaced or swapped out or whatever. Also, yeah, I mean the motherboard, processor, and all that, I think I paid like $240 or something like that from Luke. So that was the motherboard, proc, memory, and solid state hard drive. And then the power supply was, oh geez, $100, $140, somewhere around there. So we're looking at, let me think about that, probably a grand total of around $2,000. Somewhere in the neighborhood, just rough guess, $1,800 to $2,000. I can't give you guys a estimate yet as to what it's earning, like the calculator yet, because I haven't been mining for 24 hours. So it takes a full 24 hours So like I said, I'm pulling almost 90 mega hash, and this calculator is based off my 24-hour stats, and right now it's saying my 24-hour is 47 mega hash, and it's listing it as $191. So we're thinking, I'm thinking maybe upwards of $400 to $500 a month. This tiny compact setup should pull, and so yeah, it's gonna be 4 or 5 months to get my return on investment. Probably more along the 5-month range, especially if I'm gonna be taking out a bunch of that for power and stuff like that. So may be revamping this sometime in the near future. I do want to get one of those sexy, sleek eBay rigs that are pre-built. I don't really want to build my own rig. That doesn't sound exciting to me. The reason why I'm doing 3 cards like this is because there's 3 onboard 16x slots. I did order some 16x to 1x PCI risers, but who knows when they're going to come. This stuff is all out of stock everywhere, and when they come, they come. So basically, I'm pretty much stuck with this setup until I can, well, basically get those risers. So there's a total of 6 slots, 3 full size and 3 minis or 1x on this motherboard. So I have the capability of adding 3 more cards. Just don't have the risers to do so. So looking at our stats, I'm getting 90 mega hash with this rig here. If I check my other rig, I'm getting about 160 mega hash, and that's 2 1070 FTWs, non-hybrids. This is one 480 RX 480 and 3 R9 390s. These 390s, I don't know what's going on with them. So one of them's getting 27 mega hash, one's getting 25, and one's getting 22. So some of these are actually dual mining Siacoin. Let's go over to our Siacoin and we can figure that out. So actually, wow, 1, 2, and 8. Let's go back. That'll explain it. So 1, 2, and 8. So there you go. That kind of explains it. So 1, 2, and 8 are the ones getting like the least out of my R9 390s. Mine are 5 is just running straight up Ether. So that's getting a little bit more Ether mega hash versus the other cards that are dual mining. So that explains that. So let's look at the calculator for Siacoin, just get an idea. So this is like my Monday Ether or crypto reports. I do this every week on Monday mornings. I've been doing this for almost a year, every single Monday. Check the beginning of any Monday video. But so right now, it's a rough calculation, but it's saying I'm making $134 on Siacoin alone. That this is gonna go up. So my mega hash is that's interesting. I'm just looking over here. I got some zeros showing up. Okay. So mine are 2 and 8 aren't reporting anything. Okay. I'm gonna have to probably restart those. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That would explain why my average was 2400, but my actual right now is 1500. So some of these aren't reporting anything. Let me see here. Shares. They're not gonna break it down by card, are they? So that's it. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm gonna pack for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to load this guy into the car, bring it over to Vicky's, move my other rig back into my room here. So this is the one that I built a long time ago when I first got my 1070s, and that's gonna stay like that. So this is a little baby 650 power supply, and basically it's just running 2 cards. So I'm cool with that. You know, it's not too hot, doesn't consume too much power, so we'll leave it like that. That's going back in the bedroom. And yeah, that's it. So it's gonna be a busy morning, kind of moving and grooving. But that's it. Stay tuned for more.